Ndinoda kutaura kuti ndaponeswa ngero paro pamsana popemudza wake ndichagara kumushako ndaponeswa ngero parake renyenye ndaponeswa sendichiri mwana wake ndinofara ngekuti Jesu auya kundiponesa ngekuti kupenya kwakeko kuri kunditungamira ndaponeswa ngero parake renyenye ndaponeswa sendichiri mwana wake ndinotondera muponesi ndichiri kufunga ndiye ndiri kuimba nguva dzese ngerudo rukuru rwake ndaponeswa ngero parake renyenye ndaponeswa sendichiri mwana wake ndichamuona mambo wangu ndoita mutemo wake achiri kunditungamira dakara kumusha kwake ndaponeswa ngero parake renyenye ndaponeswa sendichiri mwana wake chiripo chiremba kudenga chinondimirira ini tichaenda ngekukasika kumusha wake wotenzi ndaponeswa ngero parake renyenye ndaponeswa sendichiri mwana wake ndaponeswa ngero parake renyenye ndaponeswa sendichiri mwana wake.
Welcome. Chirongwa chenyu, the journey of life. Yes, bouncing back with a bang. Toda kutenda Mwari zvikuru nekuda kwenyasha dzawo, tinotenda Jehovah nerudo rwawo runotiperekedza mazuva ese. Uye ndoda kukutendai nekumirira chirongwa chenyu. May you like, may you share, may you subscribe, share link yechirongwa chino ichi. Chirongwa chedu Journey of Life, we just talk about experiences, real life experiences that we have been through, the lessons we have learned that we can share and which can be a blessing to other people. That's why tichita chirongwa chino the Journey of Life. Tichinyaso kuona chikristu nemashanduriro achinoita upenyu hwedu. Ndinonzi Watson Mbiriri, ndinotungamirira hurukuro dzinoitwa pachirongwa chino ichi. Mukati mezuva ranhasi, it is such a joy for the experience that we are going to learn about. Nasi tiri kutaura about the experience of conversion, experience yekutendeuka, ndo yatiri kutaura nezvayo mukati mezuva ranhasi. Ndibatsirei vadikani tichingamidze muenzi wedu, our guest. It's not his first time on the program. Vakambouya vakakoverana nesu tichibata nyaya yemental health mukati memhuri. Welcome, Mr. Tafanana Chirikumarara. Tinokuchingamidzai pachirongwa nhasi.
Thank you, Mfundisi. Kwazira ado vatereri. Tinotenda kuapa chirongwa.
Tinotenda zvikuru. It's not your first time, but there could be someone watching for the first time, cannot listening for the first time. May you just briefly tell us kuti Chirikumarara ndiani? Who is Mr. Chirikumarara?
Okay, my name is Tafanana Chirikumarara. Married man. Nevana vatatu. Mudzimai umwe chete.
Amen. That's important.
Ndinogara kumvurwi. Ndokwati tinogara with my family. currently.
Tinotenda zvikuru. You know, just the name Tafanana, it's quite a statement.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. It's a statement.
Yes.
Izita revakuru.
Izita revakuru. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, you know. Izita revakuru. It sums it all up.
Sure.
That's good. Thank you so much coming again to the program. Nasi tiri kutaura about the experience of, you know, conversion.
Yes.
You know, experience yekutendeuka ndo yatiri kutaura nezvayo. So kwamuri mimi tisati tanyanya hedu kwakadzika-dzika, zvakaitika rini uye kupi kwamakaita experience yeconversion?
Pandakatendeuka, it was 2003.
Okay.
Yes, I was in Buluwayo. Ndo kwandakatanga the journey kuva mukristu.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
2003.
2003, yes.
Muri kuBuluwayo.
Ndiri kuBuluwayo.
Okay, Buluwayo. Oh, that's good. And so, zvinoreva kuti, I mean, kana tichitotaura nezveconversion kana kuti kutendeuka, zvinoreva kuti munhu ane mararamiro, mafungiro aaiita, then pachibva pazouya shanduko yekuva muna Kristu, handiti ndizvozvo?
Yes.
So, in your case, what was your belief system and way of life before this experience in 2003?
Okay, thank you for this. Because of the background, probably that I also shared earlier on in this program, ndakanga ndiri munhu aigara in various places.
Okay.
So yes, because ndakagara mafamily dzakati wandei, ndaita pick up certain beliefs, certain faith, ndichingomova ndakadaro, but panga pasina munhu ainyanzo kunditeera kuti ndiri kuita nezveizvozvo.
Oh, okay. You're not grounded.
Yeah,
in
I was
one
not
thing.
grounded in one thing.
Okay.
It's to a certain extent that when I was in Form 2, I was introduced to beer.
Oh,
yeah.
Just in Form 2?
Just in Form 2. Yeah. But there was a certain lady that I was staying with.
Okay.
She was a relative. Unfortunately, she passed away. So akanga nemusikanzwa. So ndiye watakatanga naye kunwa tudoro. Tuma wine. Then she was also into kushitambanje. Marijuana. So yeah. So by the time that I was Form 2, ndakanga ndakunwa wawa nekushitambanje during that time.
Wow.
Then I was then sent to a boarding school. It was a mission boarding school. Ndokwa ndakanodzidza the 2 years.
Okay.
The Form 3 and Form 4. Unfortunately, again at that school, the kind of the guy that I wandakanotanga kutamba naye.
Oh, okay.
He was angachi
Pana wakasikuchingamidza
mauya wawa.
Okay.
Nefoji.
Are student.
Are student.
Okay.
Yeah. He was my best friend. Saka that culture then continued to the serious talk kuchikoro.
All right.
And yeah, it was a mission school, but aninga pakanga pasina that.
Saka izvi maizvigona sei mission school, because kapana na boarding master and everything like that, and you know.
Yeah, it was. Our school was very unique, and I remember.
Were you in boarding?
I was in boarding. I was a boarder.
Okay.
Taitiza.
Oh.
Kuchikoro tobuda toenda. Chikoro chachiri kumapurazi.
Oh, okay.
Yes, taitiza toenda kumapurazi kuchikoro todzoka takadhakwa. These guys. A lot of things happened during that time.
You what form now?
Form 3 and Form 4, I was
Form
drinking.
3 and Form 4?
Yeah, I was drinking.
After doing your studies as well?
I was doing my studies as well, yes.
How were those two going to, I mean?
It was bad.
Okay.
But I thank God that I think it could have disturbed me because I know that patakandopedza Form 4, I had certain people that I was playing with who cried after vaona maresults angu. Because I did well.
Oh, you did well.
Yeah, I did well, yeah.
But so some of the people you were hanging out with?
I was hanging with, they didn't understand.
They couldn't believe?
They couldn't believe what really had happened during that.
My results out, they were something else?
Yeah, I know that some pandu never got to pesara vanzokorora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but now I was second highest pachikoro panandokudzidza. but yes, but ndakanga ndaita fall into the wrong hands. But mwari vakanditravo nyasha. I think God did a purpose for me, because I can't, handina pandinogona kuona zvandaita zvakanga zviri right that I was supposed to deserve than what I
okay
had.
what the
kind of results that I had.
So you then did you continue like to A level in the same school?
No, I changed the school.
Okay.
Saka ndakabva
But you were still drinking?
No, I was still drinking.
Okay.
Because ndanga ndaintroduced the guy that I was playing with anga introduced not only to mbanje also but to also my cigarettes. Anga ariko mazuva acho yaya ndinotonda chiri kwere.
Okay, so now there's imbanje,
there was mbanje,
pane doro, pane midzanga futi.
Chaiyo.
Okay. Wow.
Zvokungoti unenge wakungotsvaka kuti ungadhakwa. But I don't know what was really happening. But ndopa zvakanga zvasvika ipapo. So even environment yandakanga ndakura ndiri yanga isina strict, so no one would then ask kuti uri kupi zvaitika after school.
Did anyone maybe within the family get to know kuti
yeah, zvakazikanwa the brother to my father, young brother to my father, vanakamenda kugara navo.
Okay.
He realized it. Unfortunately, tainowa watichisa mabottle pasi pebed yatirara muspare.
Okay.
Then ndaenda kuchikoro bed yakatyoka. So in trying to repair, then they realized kuti ndo zvakanga zviripo.
Okay.
But he helped me. Pandakadzoka because he had a serious talk with me. Vakandionesa about life. Though ndisina kuchinja in terms of my habits.
But you appreciate that.
But ndaka appreciate it, and also ndo pandakatry kuzama kubalancesawo my studies. But andina kubuda outrightly from
okay,
the
so you were in A level now?
No, I was, but I was still in
O level.
O level.
Okay,
yes, I was
all
still
right.
in O level.
So when you go to A level, you move to another school?
I moved to another school.
Okay.
And I was no longer a boarder. But by that time, ndaigara a cousin who was 2 years older than me,
okay,
who didn't mind me drinking. So I think officially I was drinking because I could just go and drink sometimes with him.
Wow.
So there was, it wasn't something. It wasn't something. I could do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Though ndakanga ndiri kuenda kune another church, but it was not strict. You know, there's you finish your service, probably it's an hour service, and then you can also go and do whatever that you want to do. And then probably the following week or Sunday you go back and you just drink and you just go back and do whatever you do.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
church, Kumba, it looks like apart from our Bamdika, but
yeah, it
your
looks
environment,
like, the environment, yeah,
younger,
but just because they, you know, when you are having a life where you live and no one then asks you to wangorukupi, wangojite, and you know that there's apana mnanobvunza. So yeah, nothing really was no one really was taking stock of me.
So what was your experience per time A level and so on?
Per time A level, I really took time to read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I concentrated on my studies. Though ndaita ma-episodes ekunwa apo nepapo.
But you were taking your studies seriously?
Taking my studies seriously. Yes, and I also want to thank God that I did very well.
Oh, okay.
Extremely well. I was the highest student.
In your school?
Yeah, part time etakanga tiri kuchikoro. I came up with 15.7.
Oh, 15?
Yeah.
And you're doing what, sciences?
No, I was doing commercials.
Commercials?
Yes, I was doing commercials.
So,
yes, though the habit was there, but mwari futi again, vakanditranyasha.
Zvikaita zvakanaka. So from this school, did you go straight to college?
I did. I then went straight to college.
Oh, okay.
My education was continuous.
Okay.
Just like that.
It was continuous.
Yeah, it was
so
continuous.
This is when you then moved to Bulawayo?
That's when I moved to Bulawayo, but already then I picked up these habits that I went to Bulawayo with. And now that I was independent, these habits then continue going into college.
Going into college.
Yes.
And I can only imagine, you know, for me, I did my college ku Solusi.
Okay.
And then I did, after that, later on, ndakazoita 2 other programs with the University of Zimbabwe.
Okay.
So I remember the shock I had the first time I met someone smoking on campus. Then I realized, oh, by the way, this is not Solusi.
Oh,
because
okay.
I could not associate being on campus and smoking. So it was quite a shock to me.
Okay.
What? And I said, oh, by the way.
In state universities, I think it's very common.
It's very common. Yeah, so to me it was really, so I said, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in a different space here. Yeah, so to me it was that kind of shock. So, and so that means kuti kana munhu waku, like in a state university that you were in, you would not have a lack of friends vanenge vachinwa, I suppose.
You would not have a lack of friends. I want to just go back a bit earlier to say that not only did I pick up my habits, marijuana, beer, and those things. You know, ndakaita other experimenting, Z68. You know, just trying to experiment and
there were a
lot of things, because when you kana uchingopinda in that, pane vanhu vakawanda vanenge vachita those things. But who then tell you some very funny stories. But maybe if you try Z68, yeah, unongopinda mu road to destruction.
Okay.
Yeah, and that it, you know.
And the road actually haimire kusvikira
mu.
Yeah, and sadly we seem to be having a lot of these experiences now in our country.
It's unfortunate. I want to say it's unfortunate that you know, maybe during my days, maybe these things were not as poisonous as the things that are currently around now. And you know, I'm just wondering that if I could, if it was now,
maybe would you be?
Maybe this kind of program.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's destroying the kind of drugs that they're not only that, and see the other guys that I grew up with, because ndine relatives, some brothers of mine, vandenonawawa vandototi vividly I remember sometimes chienda kudorikumaruzeva kokiyana navo. When I sometimes go back to our space and look at them, and I realize that they've deteriorated, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not everyone has been fortunate to come out of that and tell the story.
Not everyone.
Okay.
It's bad. When you look at them, their lives tell a story, and the story is a very sad story.
It's a sad story.
It's a sad story. And sometimes I try to encourage them, but it's bad.
Okay. So the Lord has been gracious to you. Tell me, what happened? How did the change come about?
When I went to Bulawayo, I didn't know about university life.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when I was doing my A-level, I had a lady teacher who was teaching us. So she told me that isusu kanti kapedza manje tokona kuenda ku university mara chatina. Then she says, if you just pass well, you go to a state university, munofama grants, munongoenda kuchikoro.
Okay.
So ndavakapedza chikoro mari dzasachibudana, I just applied.
Okay.
And for another reason, I don't know for why ndaka apply ku Bulawayo.
All right.
Because I had options to apply to use it.
Okay.
It was near our home. It made a lot of sense, and even vanhu vekumba that, but of all the places, why Bulawayo?
Yeah.
But
you had no reason.
Yeah. So I just said that ndakunda Bulawayo.
Okay.
So ndatopedza nzvimbo yawanikwa taudzwa madays edu kuti toenda weni kuchikoro. Ndakangotakura bhegi rangu.
Okay.
Ndobva ndakwira train. Ndakanokwira train muchegutu, and I went to Bulawayo.
Okay.
Ndakangosvika pacampus ndaya kuchikoro. You know, I didn't know.
All right.
But you are supposed to look for accommodation, all those things.
Okay.
I didn't know. Ndakasvika pacampus ndikati ndaya kuchikoro. Ndandapekerwa gumbezi rangu nambuya vangu. You know, I had nothing else that I had. No form of funding, nothing.
Okay.
No, all I thought was that ndongosvika kuchikoro pamwe ndobva ndangopiwa pekugara ndakutodzidza.
Okay, yeah.
But NUST is different from other universities because haina accommodation. And the dean of student was really quite shocked. Mukudei panapa.
Saka uri kudei. Kwati chikoro.
Ndikati chikoro. And that izvozvo panapa uno apply for accommodation and all those. There was a huge story. To such an extent that I think during my first days I had to squat. Ndakanga esquat and chisama kuti ndigone I think for about 2 weeks or so ndichitsvaka accommodation.
All right.
So
Staying with somebody else.
yes ndopakatanga manje this journey ndakatsvaka accommodation. Yeah, ndakatsvaka accommodation for quite some time. Ndakanga ndapikawo some people. One of them was a friend, his name is Pasmo. Tanga tabva tese ku A level.
Oh, okay.
So we picked another guy ainzi Echton Kwaramba. Saka takanga ta 3.
Okay.
So we teamed up and then takanga takutanga tsvaga accommodation.
Oh, all
So
right.
takatsvaga, but it was difficult to get accommodation. I remember one day ndakati if I don't get accommodation today I'm going back home. Then I'll apply to use it for the following year ndosiyana nazvo.
Wow.
Ndonirikina. But yes, again grace was following us. Ndo musi watakawana accommodation. I vividly remember it was on a Friday.
Oh, okay.
Tatsvaga accommodation. It was tiresome. You know, urutsvaga accommodation in an environment where you are not well versed with the language. So you are trying to impress, but you manzidza mavara mashoma. And I remember sometimes we would say sitting indlu. You could enter one room.
Yeah.
So whatever that sitting indlu, you could enter one room pela. Kuti maybe zvinogona go.
All right. Yes.
Kuti urikadza kunzatsitsi.
Yeah, okay.
But then sometimes you then get confused because taudzwa mavara. What is sitting indlela? So indlela and indlu. Sometimes indlela
yes,
could be it's
nzira,
road
nemba.
and saka sometimes no confuse ka.
Wow.
Then you always have this other word.
Yeah.
So that was the story. So on this day, on a Friday, takasvika tikaona an old lady akagara pamba pake. Tobva tati tiri kutsvaga accommodation. Tobva no, it's okay, accommodation iripo.
That was good news to your ears.
That was good news. Mogona kutanga kugara nasi. That's fine.
Just like that.
Takafara tikati zvanaka tagona kuenda kuchikoro manje. Tobva tadzokera kwakune mabhegi edu kuya vatakura mabhegi edu.
All right. Kwamira muchisquat.
Tobva tapinda mu1 room yedu.
Muri 3.
3. Ndokutanga kugara kwatakaita opamba apa.
Okay.
So it was on a Friday. Saturday morning this lady vakauya padolo vanoka.
Okay.
Zvikanzi chigadzirirai tende kuchechi.
Mama mbutaura nyaya yekuchechi.
No, panga pasina kubvira pataura nyaya yekuchechi.
Okay.
I didn't even know kuti ndo zvazvichaita and I was shocked. But kuchechi. Kuchechi kupi? And kuchechi kuendwa on Saturday. Which kind of church is that? I didn't know. So I made that outrightly. I made up my mind to say no. I think I will stay here for a month.
Okay.
Then I think after this thing is done, I'm gone. I'm leaving this place.
Okay.
I can't.
Wow.
So there was no option. It's Friday, now it's Saturday, and we were now going to church.
The 3 of you?
The 3 of us.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no negotiation, and she didn't
consult.
She didn't consult. Not did she force us, but she just told us that we were supposed to go to church.
Okay.
We were supposed to, prepare, and we were going to church.
Oh, okay.
And that was that.
It was just information.
It was just information. So ndopanakatanga kuenda kuchechi. Inonzi Mahachula church. I was staying in Esebe inonzi Kilani.
Okay.
So across the road, kune Esebe inonzi Mahachula. So there's a church behind a railway line.
Oh, okay.
Ndopanakatanga kuenda kuchechi. So that was our first day. It was horrible. The church was not complete.
Okay.
The church had no benches. So panga pane zvidhina zvima-blocks zvataigara pazviri. So zvairwadza kugara. Now the most unfortunate thing is that quite around Ndebele and we were not getting any idea kuti zviri kuitika.
Kuti pari kunzi kudii?
I didn't have an idea.
Your Ndebele was still
weak.
It was unborn.
It was unborn. It was unborn. Taitomboonetsa kana kuti greeting yacho noti sei, because we were trying to learn.
Okay.
So tanga church 9:30. I think around 10:30 vanhu vakubuda. I didn't know kuti vanhu vakubudire, vanhu vakatanga kubuda muchechi vachienda. Vanhu hakuna maSabbath class. I didn't know that. Saka then ndakakwenya the other guy naye Echton had an Adventist, anga ari an Adventist. But he was not showing.
Okay.
Then that is an Adventist. I didn't know. I didn't. Another later on that this guy is an Adventist.
Okay.
So Echton then he says,
Adventist and secret service.
I hope he's watching the program. So Echton, I'm asking him, takwenda kumba. No, twenda Sabbath.
Okay.
Asatatanga. No, I had a church background.
Okay.
But the background was 1 hour. We were done. Okay. Tatuna naenda kuma class wadzidza panchatanzwa panati tadzokera futi. Tapedza 12 o'clock. Kati apa tapedza kanzi no. Tikudzoka. So
I can imagine.
So tatadzoka, but it was bad.
Okay.
Then thereafter, the lady was not very strict for the afternoon.
Oh, all right.
So I remember tipedza ndanga ndajoina team yebhora ye-university, the NAST soccer team. They were in Division 3, so I was playing. Though I really never played because I can rip a bench.
Okay.
But I was in the team. So sometimes then maskati and edzoka tovatine kubhora nevakomana todhakwa todzoka tadhakwa.
Okay.
Tozongopinda pamagokota akadhakwa zvekutadzikama tongorara. So it continued for some time, drinking and smoking again. Ndisati ndazvibata kuti ndiri kuita nezvei. I think it was the first month. I know that takazotanga kutaura nevamwewo kuti patitaenda kuchiita, but tisati tichikunzwa, so panga pane tinoti ma-concessions tokuti tinogona kupota tichinzwikwa, and also takatanga kupika language, at least kunzwa. Takatanga kupika and we were learning. So I remember ndakuita decision kuti but I think I need to stop drinking beer. I need to stop drinking beer.
All right.
But I think one of the key things that happened is this old lady, kuta ngugogo mahlahla. Ngugogo mahlahla. She had a library. Mumba mavo. My books, I think. Most of Adventist homes. I think it's near a
library, yes.
So naturally I'm a reader. I read. So I got a book mu library auranga rakanzi Health and Wellness. So I read the book and I finished it. It was a beautiful book. It made a lot of sense to me, and I made certain decisions before I was an Adventist to say, book in terms of diet, I think iri kutaura kuti vanhu vasadla nyama haina kuvanakira, in terms of their health and all those things. They said I want to leave meat.
Okay.
I want to leave meat. So I said, and judge.
Before you are not even baptized?
Yeah, I was not even baptized, and I had not really made concrete decisions. I think even towards really leaving alcohol. But then I said, no, these things makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
When I read it, it made so much sense to me, and I said, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm no longer going to eat. I made my decision. Then. That was that. Today I said no. And Chada.
That's interesting.
And Chada.
So you're a very decisive person then.
Yeah, and Chada. Then the second book that I read, so I then decided that I was going to be a Christian.
Okay.
But I was not going to be an Adventist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There were certain things that I did not understand. So I said, no, I'm not going to be an Adventist, but I'm going to be a Christian. So during that time, ndakatanga kuenda kuchurch. Ndanga ndasiyawa. I remember the day ndakasiyawa. Ndakatanga kusiya fodya. Ndakatenga ndikati kune kwakumana temana. Ndakatenga cigarette. This is my last cigarette. I want to smoke again. Then I smoked and then ndakata nchada.
And was that your last?
That was my last.
Oh.
Then ndobva ndamwa ndobva ndadhakwa that day. Sterek. Ndakatanga kurutsa. I told the guys again, this is my last day. I'm not going to drink again ever. Ndobva ndasiya. So that was that. So
did you not suffer like withdrawal symptoms?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't. I don't know why, but I didn't.
Oh,
yeah,
all
didn't.
Right.
So I then ndobva ndatosiya. So
just like that.
Just like that. That ndarakuda kuchurch, but probably I won't then go to Adventist. But ndoenda kuchurch.
Okay.
So I begin to went to another church on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And on Saturday, I would go to Adventist, and on Sunday I would go to
another church.
So it just continued like that, and up to the time that I then read another book. It was Great Controversy.
Oh, okay.
Ndakaripika mu library. Ndakariverenga. It was very beautiful. You know, I remember one day ndaifamba kubva kuno mutown Mbulawayo City Center ndichiya kumahachula. I think it should be about 12 k's or so. And asina mari transport. So ndaifamba ndichiverenga book ndichimbogara pasi. It was so captivating. seriously captivating that pandakanosvika I had made a decision that I think there's no way out. There's no way out. I think this makes a lot of sense.
Is it?
It's I'm convinced, intellectually. God says, come, let us reason together. I think in terms of my mindset, my intellectual, make sense. And I cannot continue to run away from this. And I think the fund this time supposed to just keep this up because it's it's clear from
and you were just by yourself.
Yes, I was just by myself.
Okay.
When I said it's clear from this book called Great Controversy that there's no other way. Seriously, there's no other way I'm supposed to just be an Adventist. So I made a decision to that effect. Ndakambona an encounter to Adventism ever. I had a flashback, when I was during my high school days. There was a girl akangari in Adventist.
Okay.
I wear ku shop Muscat shop kwedu. She was a friend of mine, but she never told me about though one encounter that I had only. So I do we are not 12 1 2 dzokera kuchechi kwavo. So andangasina kana idea kuti zvinobonyatsoitika.
Oh, okay.
And what it is. So that was my first encounter. And after reading the book Great Controversy, I finished and said, okay, I've made up my mind.
Oh, is okay.
So ndovanakatanga kuita kupinda kuchechi. Quickly within it was this is in a very short space of time. Ndobva ndato so pakazenge pava ne class ye-Sabbath school pachechi pandaipinda yeshona yevanhu vaidzidza shona.
All right.
Saka ndakanga ndati ngwari
Okay.
ndakudzidzisa shona class.
Oh.
But I was not yet baptized.
You already teaching
Yeah, I was already,
Sabbath school.
Yes, ndakuteacher class because I think pana madesi zvakangoitikawo zvokuti
Okay.
pakanga pasina munhu. I picked up the class and then I think the elders, no one really realized kuti pane zvakutoitika.
Okay.
So I continued the class.
Oh.
Then later on after some time, then the head elder, I remember his name is Elder Mtlanga, then he was the head elder. People was watching but I was well ahead of baptism class then. I was
Because you were reading.
Then I was reading. Yeah, I was well ahead of baptism class. But now I'm going to just
Okay.
yeah,
To fulfill righteousness.
but ndandakutongoti kuti dairy baptism. But I think those are kuti at least
Okay.
Dairy baptism riri kurini.
Riri kurini.
Ndingobhabhatizwa. But I think in terms of making my mind and everything else, I was set. I was set.
And then the long-awaited for baptism eventually came.
Eventually came, yes. Yes, eventually came, and there I was in the Adventist church, member of Adventist church. That's how it happened. But there is a detail that I also want to share that within a year, just after a year, I was elected one of the elders. That was the first post that I'm not very sure if it was the right thing to do for the church.
Okay. But you became an elder.
I became an elder of the
Wow.
church. I was 22. Then I was the first youth elder. I remember one day it also came with these challenges because I was fairly new.
Yes.
But I remember one day tichita Lord Supper ku church. This mother of mine, Gogo Madlala.
Okay. Vamurugara kumba kwavo.
Vadogara kumba kwavo vakasimuka vachita testimony. Vachita ndorotenda Mwari mwana wangu elder. I had made a prayer kuti pane vanhu vachazotsvaka accommodation. Pane sport endandamaka kuti vakauya vakachonjoma pa that sport ndovanotira kusaya mumba. So that had happened.
Oh.
And so we were part of her prayer.
Really?
I was shocked. It was after some time that that she shared that.
She shared that.
And I said to myself,
So she had marked the spot in a yard.
in a yard,
Kuti
vanhu vakauya vakagara apa. That's how she narrated it. Those
And you went
people
straight there.
who went straight to that spot.
And she said in her heart.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's why she didn't go through a lot of protocols to change. I'm going to write, she got the right end.
Yeah, vangotora chigadzira tende. So
That's amazing.
So kuti I know that within our church vanhu or within the Christian environment vanhu vanoita means and methods dzekuti vaunze vangu kuna Kristu. But for me that was something else. know, I've seen vanogara kudzimba dzema SDA or the other church whatever vachiti haina handipindi chechi vanhu ava because of the kind of environment probably that is created between probably muroja netenant or it's a working environment, but the kind of environment that she set for us yakaita kuti tishaye mukara wekupukunyuka and eventually takapedzisira tava vanhu vakanga vachikonda kuchechi, but takasvika tiri zvidhenga. Personally ndanga ndatova pa point of being wasted because of the kinds of decisions that I was taking. And the ways of college,
the direction that you're going with your life.
I was taking. And the ways of college life is a bit different than any other life.
Liberal.
It's very liberal. Particularly when looking at the state colleges. But for me, ndakasangana Jesu in a very set up, kuna kuti even kana kagara pasi nchiti indakaenda kunotsvaka imba, but eventually ndakasangana naJesu.
Jesus was looking for you.
Jesus was
while you were looking for the house.
Yes.
Wow. So what then? Of course, you have mentioned already some of the changes that took place or that came about with that decision. Yekuti you makatanga kudropa fodya, you became a vegetarian, and then mukazosiya doro. These are changes that are taking place. Pane mamwe machanges here akaitika, imwe shanduko yakaitika muupenyu wenyu.
Okay. I wanted to say before maybe I go there that
yes.
I remember going back home for the very first time.
Okay.
And then some of my brothers vandaingana doro Chirikumarara nasi achiti kana college kunenge kusina mari munhu hatimbomupai time vakanga vasiri kubelieve kuti I had made a decision already.
Okay.
It took them time kuti vabelieve, but I think ndanga ndaita a change already. But then I also said that I think generally how you begin to do your things zvakachinja zvakanyanyisa how you relate nevanhu. Quite a lot of changes then happened in my life because ndanga ndakutsvaga kuti zvandira kuita izvi Kristu nozvida here, ndingarambe ndiri mwana waMwari.
Hauchararama upenyu hwako iwe,
handichararama upenyu hwangu,
ndakuraramira Kristu.
But yeah, it was quite a journey. But another advantage also that I got quickly is ndakakasika pacampus pakanga pane in association yemaadventist akanga aripo. So zvakaita kuti ndikasike kukura because vakanga vaine matimes avakanga vachimita pacampus. Daily basis vachiita mabible studies. Saka ndakabva ndangonopinda mugroup iroro. Ndozvimwe zvakandibatsira because I remember kuti pana ndiri pacampus before I really made a decision, but after I had made a decision to become a Christian, ndakanga ndichitsvaka pacampus, ndakanga ndichienda kuma unions or kuma associations akati siyanei. So I would go to this association. Maybe then I would go to the Adventist association.
All right, you're still searching.
Yeah, I remember I would go to an association ndaigona kuita mahonorary prayer kathu. Imwe yagona kunge yaitwa on a Friday. That association. Then imwe yaitwa after Sabbath. Ndoenda kwese. But kunast Adventist association, there was a lot of reading that was happening. I think it then helped me.
They were reading.
They were reading. Very serious. Yeah, waiti ukaenda ukaswera uchiteerera unobva ikoko kuita unotsvakawo kuti uimprove, because the guys were reading, the guys would share things that you don't know. Zvausingazive. Kana iri study on prophecy unotobva uchitoita kuti hangachiita kuti kudiko vanhu veve. Let me go and read. So ndakabva ndakasika kuti habit yekutenga mabooks also ango personal books, so that
now investing in
I was investing in literature. Because during that time taipuwa mapayouts. So kana mari ikauya fees ikanga yabhadharwa nepayout usaraoneka
vamwe ndoyo vaenda kunoraradza nayo.
Takambonge tamboinwisa mazuva edu ekusaziva. But this time it was money that would also then put into buying literature. So ndakanga ndakutenga books
and reading, so that and making contributions along with everybody else.
But andigone kusiya Nast Adventist Society in my Christian growth, because ndokwandaka takawana a lot of encouragement yekuverenga because of the various programs that the association were having during that time. Vaindibatsira, you know, there were all elder brothers vanga kumapati who were finishing part 4s and part 5s. I remember the brother Kumbulani Mpofu, Elton Zunguevu. They were quite a group of vaiuya tichidzidza up to the time that tangata kupuwa mukana
okutodzidzisaokumira pachita.
So that alone
Saka, in other words, for a Christian, you know, to grow, because there are quite a number of things here that are coming into play.
Yes.
Just as much as there's like the association, which is creating an enabling environment.
Yes.
But you were also involved early on in terms of in the church.
Yes.
You were not just a spectator. You were actually involved.
I was involved.
And you took it upon yourself to read.
Yes.
Or to study.
To study, yes.
At first, when you're reading like these books from Gogo's library, and then now you are buying your own books.
My own books, yes.
Okay, Saka, you would say there's a difference ku mutendi anoverenga neanongomirira kunzwa zvaverengwa nevamwe.
This also, when you read your growth path is a bit faster. Because urukuwana information. I think we read in the book of Acts. Yakuti vati kana chingaparidzirwa naPaul. They would then go ahead and try to find out
the Bereans.
Yeah, the Bereans. So when you spend time reading, when you spend time praying, when you also spend time sharing whatever that you have learned, read, unowana mukana wokukura zvakanyanyisa.
So reading, praying, sharing.
So those are the key ingredients for Christian growth. Zvikasaitika izvozvo munhu akure.
Or yes.
Akure.
Yeah. So in other words, there's when a person becomes a Christian, and they are not sharing, they suffer standard growth.
They suffer standard growth. Yes. They suffer. They
suffer standard. Okay. So what are some of the? Did you experience any, you know, like challenges as a new Christian Adventist and so on?
I think the only challenge that I faced initially was to do with language.
Oh, okay.
But I thank God that I learned.
Oh, you learned the language.
For purpose of communication.
Yes.
I've learned my Ndebele.
Okay.
For purpose of communication, and I understand. But that could have been a major challenge for me. Then also, also in terms of leadership, you know, I was young, I was 22, I was new in the church, and you get into church leadership. These are boards that stays for
all kinds of cases.
Yeah, so you know, sometimes kana ukashaya vanhu vanokubatsira inogona kuva a breaking point.
Okay, because unongoita sekuti waenda ku deep end.
Unongoenda ku deep end. Unongoenda ku deep end at a very tender age. But I thank God that I think Mwari vakanga vaineni. And I won council vamwe vari elderly, vamwe vari I know the likes of Elder Kumalo, there was the Elder Spanda the late. Vakanga vachibatsira. And also we also had takakasika kuita a small community yevanhu who would also speak Shona.
Okay.
And one of them was who could also help us. One of them was my Buma. You know, she then sort of take us and encouraged us and helped us, you know, seriously. Zvazi kuti kucollege kunoita maproblems, kunoita nzara, kunoita zvakati. Saka chechi yakabva kwakabva kwavagumba
support system
yakanga iripo. Kana tava nenzara taenda kumba kwamaibvuma tinongoziva kuti tinongonodya. Every time that we would go there, we would really know that
you would do justice.
She made sure that she would cook.
Okay, so those are people who played a very important role in supporting.
They played a very important role in supporting us. Saka church was there. Kumba kwandegara there was Gogo. Gogo would help us. Then church also. So I then had mother figures also in my life. But also growing up, I think I was picking mothers as I was growing up. So ndakawano vamwe foot again within the church that also then really helped me up to today. That they are still an integral part of my life.
So what have you like done or are you doing as a Christian in your own right to bring others to Christ?
One thing that church, one thing that I picked up earlier on, I think kuassociation yedu yekunasti was evangelism.
Okay.
I want to say that I think ndakabva ndabata zvinhu zviviri. My first appointment as an elder, young as I was, ndakaitwa youth elder. So ndakaita passion in youth ministries, and that has been what I've been doing up to now. I spend time with young people, zvakanyanyisa. Then evangelism, in 2004,
yes,
Nast Adventist Society started a program, in the Mission Go, where they were saying that for a year, for kana uchinge wapedza chikoro after 4 years or 5 years, unofanira kupa Mwari 2 weeks.
Okay.
Usarenda kwa please give God 2 weeks. Usarenda kubasa, give God 2 weeks. So the program was structured in such a way kuti patopedza kunyora exams, final exams for either part final or those that are going for arrangement, you are then supposed to go for a 2 weeks mission.
In a pre-selected area.
The association say that we would go to unentered areas in Zimbabwe. So ndo pakatanga I decided kukadowata in Mandara. Ndo pakatanga this program. I was already at NAST, but unfortunately for that,
from NAST to Mandara.
Yes.
Wow.
So for the kadowata, I missed that one. But I think those things that followed, ndakatanga kuenda. So ever since I've been going. We've gone in various places.
Okay.
Gokwe. I think there's no conference then when they were two. Kwatina kuenda. Vana Gokwe, vana Nyanga, Mutoko, Jurumanzu, Bobi Wange. We've been globetrotting the whole country. Wow. So that it's one that then had excited me. So
that involvement, that participation.
We have gone to so many places, planting churches. So many places.
Planting churches. What are some of the highlight experiences that you have had in doing this?
Some of the experience that we have had, kutongota, witnessing properly. Sharing Christ with the vanhu vanogona kufunda kuti vanhu havagone kugamuchira Kristu. Towana mukana wekushare now. Maybe masvika pamba peng'anga. You share. Kusvika munhu awana conviction kuti zvokwadi kuna Jesu anoponesa vanhu. These are the experiences I remember sometimes preaching. Uchitoparidza padhuze pemagurosa moto yakadhakwa. Oti but ndanzwa shoko. Yes, ndiri kunwa doro mukoma but ndanzwa. These are some of the experiences that we've got. And also even seeing God in terms of even funding this ministry. Because this ministry is funded by the former NAST students and other like-minded. And we've seen God kuti zvichokwadi munotanga program Mwari akatopindira zvikatofamba. Yeah. So that has been my journey moving around the country Zimbabwe. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
and within that experience, funding,
yes,
there comes also a very beautiful story. In 2006, 2007, I had finished at NAST 2006. So 2007, there was a mission, Indarama Kwekwe.
Okay.
There's a mining area in Indarama. So I went to Indarama Kwekwe. So takainda ma witnessing groups, even 33.
Okay.
So in that group, I had one young man called Ndumiso Mangena and a young lady called Beatrice Mbota.
Okay.
So takaita witnessing tese. Tichitofamba tichitoparidza. I just did a day. So ndakafarira this young lady. This young lady.
Makokera aita vanhu kuna Kristu.
I had no intention, but I just said I want to be a friend.
Okay.
Probably she's still kuchikoro pangona ngombatsira ameno pamwa.
Okay.
Who knows?
All right. Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows? I think as we speak years down the line, Beatrice Mbota, now Beatrice Chirikumarara is now my wife. Ndakawana mudzimai mubasa ramwari. In short.
Wow.
And also I want to say, I think that was one of the best decisions that I made. Takanga tatodzidziswa tapinda muchechi kuti kana uchida kuti ugare muchikristu, you should marry somebody and the same faith.
Yes.
And this lady has become also an integral part of my life. Ndikasunga beg nditi ndakuenda recently, this last week I had gone to bed preach.
Okay.
Ndakuenda vanopeka vachifara vachiti baba vari kuenda kubasa
wow,
ramwari handina problem handina machallenges you know we think alike we go together
and you share that passion.
we share that passion together. She was part of this ministry and we are part of this ministry, so there are a lot of things that we share in common. So ndoda kutenda mwari, and maybe also to speak to young people that you know kana uchida kuti upenyu hwako usakuremera wachuza kutera Kristu, I think that decision again is a very very important decision.
Okay.
Where you marry or get married to someone who has the same faith with you.
Oh yeah.
Because kufamba kwenyu, kufambidzana kwenyu, matambudziko enyu anova mashoma. And you know kuti anova mashoma. And munogona kushare the passion yekuita basa ramwari muri mose.
Yes, and ipapo because ndo panoita dambudziko rekuti vamwe vechidiki vanenge vachiti I mean we love each other. That's the most important thing. Of course tine kutenda kwakasiyana and so on, but I always say kuti don't underestimate the power of those values and that faith and so on. Chaicho chamboita kuti mutadze kuwirirana musati maroorana ichocho don't underestimate. Nekuda kwokuti but the beauty yekuwanana muine kutenda kumwe chete, it can be such a powerful and explosive combination pakuita basa ramwari, and which I guess is your experience. And your situation, because you really do quite a lot of ministry.
Yes.
And so you have continued since those years, like 2000 and
well, I was at NAS 2002.
Yes.
So I've continued to be part of this ministry up to today.
Yes.
There are people that I now do ministry with. I was at NAS when they were a year old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was with them, and you know, I was telling them that I was at NAS in 2002, and somebody was saying that I was just a year old. But the beauty is that we share experiences, and you know, and this memories share that I also have. I also share with them, and we know that I think they also have time also to share with others. 2 Timothy 2, you know, triple to Timothy.
Okay.
Paul says that
Yes.
So he says that you know, many witnesses.
Yes.
Also give also to those, pass on to that.
Who are able to teach others.
Who are also able to teach others. And that has been my joy to work with these very, very, very young people to me over these years. So
does Gogo, what's her name?
Ugogo Matlala.
Ugogo Matlala. Does she know that you have grown to be this kind of person with all this ministry, and it all started in her house?
I guess she knows. I hope she'll also be able to watch this ministry, this program. And I also want to say that I love you so much.
Yes.
But I think she knows.
And you can express your gratitude in Ndebele.
Ngiyabonga Gogo. uNkulunkulu akubusise ukhule uze ukokowe. I know that I've grown very, very old, and I wanted to also grow again very, very old. The Lord has a crown for you. uNkulunkulu uza kunika umqele. Yeah, I hope she'll be able to see it. But I also
yes. So nxa kule muntu anoziva kuna Gogo, please make sure she gets this expression of gratitude. She did an amazing work, you know. Her approach to evangelism was unique through providing accommodation, but with a mission. With a mission, with a purpose, and with all these results we're talking about today. Yes.
I wanted to say that I think very, very in a very short space of time. Murani Mateagara.
Yes.
2 houses. Pakaya Wakumana, who were my junior.
Okay.
Ku high school A level. It was Tawi and Lloyd Mfema.
Okay.
Tawi German Lloyd Mfema. So we gara pana ngirikini. Nangasanda bada fungwa ye evangelism.
Oh, okay.
But then I think one day we just said, but fana vanhu kusora vakagara pasarade. Kadingo ndinowatora chimuta ndati kuchecha kumara.
Okay.
So vatanga kutora kuti tichenda kuchechi.
Yes.
As we currently speak, they are elders in the church.
Oh. Both of them.
Both of them. Yes.
Wow. Yo.
So when I look at it and I said, but who's the stars? Yes, but it's Gogo Matlala, you know. These are ripple effects.
Yes,
of what she has done.
What she has done.
And taka, you know, taka varateta a club yedu with these youngsters. Now they are my young brothers. They also calling Mshamba coming in. You know, they were my young brothers that we had in
What a story! What a story! What an experience!
But it was very quick. You know, I was talking to Lloyd. He's outside the country now. Nijimtio hakatendoka say, and you know he says, you know, the story is not complete without you. But I was saying to myself, no, the story is not complete without Ugogo Matlasa, because she was that. And I also want to say that I think in terms of evangelism, one thing that I've learned over and over again is that I think it needs a lot of effort. In evangelism. It's supposed to be lifestyle. You just invite someone without the intention of making that person, you know, because what effort kuti mwana kaska kuti indara kuitwa ndara kuti musavale nemunhu mwana unapesera aita drawback. But with that experience it was not by force. You know, it was just a lifestyle kuti but no one invite vamwe tovatoyo vangaswera vakagara. Like you are showing concern for that person. Not that concern that person becomes what you want.
Yes. All right.
So
so that maybe that's part of the trick. And so on.
And I've also encouraged young people as we do training for witnessing that, you know, as you go my house or door to door, try to be as friendly as possible to these people, so that vanoona kuti avagonokona nge uruda kuvaita zvaurikuda kuti vaite, but vanoona kuti genuinely you love these people.
You love them and
for
so on.
who they are.
Yes,
so that they can also then see the advantages of making a decision.
And I think that is Christ's method.
Christ's method alone, yes.
Yeah, that is Christ's
mingling,
method.
Yes, one who desires their good.
And who desires their good. And then after he has won their confidence,
then he invites them.
How about you guys following me? You know? And so, but I think if evangelism is done like as a program and so on, it's not as effective.
It's dead.
What we need is evangeliving. You see?
So that, you know, sorry, I just want to say that so that when then Lloyd eventually comes to church, eventually he is a bigger brother. I'm there. We are friends. That person is likely to stay within the church than a person that you can get problem after a 2 weeks campaign. He may find no one to relate to.
No one to relate to, and nobody notices them. Even when they don't come to church, nobody, you know, apana nozoona kuti munhu haana kuuya kuchurch.
Then and also, also I wanted to say that, maybe quickly to say that I think I'm just want to relate to Koko Matlasa. That I'm looking at your crowns. That fast forward, vana ve my siblings, 4, my brothers, my sisters, all of them now they are Adventist. Because of my influence. But is it because of my influence? But I also then, you know, take it back to where it started. So all I'm trying to say is that changing one life is a ripple effect.
There's a ripple effect.
You may not notice it, she may not know it, she may not understand it, but what she has done in this life is more than probably what other people who may be known for being serious evangelist would do in their lifetime. But by just looking at one person.
And one is a number.
One is a number. And I know that our church normally says, you know, one member, one soul.
It's
critical. I think in your lifetime, if you could just do one.
Even just in a lifetime.
And you're done.
One.
You're done.
Yeah, because, was it David Livingstone? We had just one convert, I think, of Botswana. But that one really made a huge impact. Many other people are coming to Christ. And, you know, when you read the book of John and you see Jesus and talking to Nicodemus, he was just talking to one man.
One man, yes.
But, you know,
the impact.
And the message that he was, it was like it was a multitude. One is a number.
Yes.
And we should not, and the power of, you know, friendship, befriending people, genuinely desiring their good, and inviting, the power of inviting was Ugogo invited you people. She
invited.
And you also invited others. And so on, and getting involved early on, and so on. I mean, are there any other thoughts you may want to share quickly about how as members maybe we should relate to newly baptized persons, or words of encouragement or wisdom that you'd want to share with people who are maybe new in the faith?
I would want to say that I think the church offers us opportunities to grow. And the only way that you can grow is by reading and actively participating within the program. Mfundisi, choda kuti munagara muchechi, I want to say this clearly. Vanhu vanosvika votanga zvekuimba, seriously involved in music, they stay in the church for a long time. People who are passionate about Pathfinder and Master God, they stay within the church for a very long time.
All right.
People who are passionate about evangelism, they stay in the church for a very long time. But the people who do nothing within the church,
who do not
eventually, they will just leave. Pane pfuma yako ndipo pane moyo wako. When you invest your time within the church, you would want to stay in the church for a very, very long time. So my encouragement is that I think let's work for the Lord. Ngative ine ways ekuevangelize akasiyana akawandisa adigona kudzidzisa vanhu. No one knows kuti munhu anogona kutanga unamatira maroja ese anenge ari pamba pake kuti wese apinda pamba pangu. Wese anenge apinda pamba pangu ato ndewangu anditika
kugamuchira
hapana. It's an unconventional way, but it works.
But it works.
It works. Anditika inogona kushanda kwauri, but unogona ngone yako nzira yayo unogona kufemerwa nayo naMwari, because God speaks to us in our very own way. Mwari anotaura nesu izvinoita. And then I also want to say Fundis that unogona ngochigara pamba pema Seventh-day Adventist. I think it was by God's design kuti uve mukristu usazvitarisira pasi. Mwari wakakuisa ipapo. Unogona kuchigara mumba even nevamwe vanhu vari makristu usazvitarisira pasi. Mwari wakakuisa ipapo for a purpose. For me ndakaiswa pandakaiswa for a purpose. It was not by chance. It was by design. It was God's design. And nakungomuka ndavapo ndakasangana naMwari ipapo because God had an appointment with me. Just like Paul. Haana kungofunga kuti ndira kuenda kuDamascus. Panga paita appointment, Mwari wanga wafemera. Mwari wanotifemera toenda, but sometimes hadi zvitore serious. You are being invited to probably it's a camp meeting, probably, take those things seriously.
Take those things seriously. It could be, the beginning of the rest of your life.
Yes.
With that invitation alone.
Yes.
And wow. And how the magnitude of the changes that the Lord has brought in your life. Kukura kwe shanduko yaunzwa na Mwari muupenyu wenyu, and the impact. And one day we're going to tell the story, the evangelism that you are one of the
mission goal.
Yeah, mission goal
ministries, yes.
Yeah, watch this space. One day we're going to share this because it's such a rich story and rich experiences. So thank you so much, Mr. Chirikumarara, for coming and for sharing this experience. And I believe that it has really edified somebody out there. Brothers and sisters, we just want to thank God for his love and his mercy. Nyasha dzaMwari dzinotishandura, dzinotivandudza. Kunogoneka kuine mumwe ari mupata wesarudzo. You're not sure which way to go. May you pray earnestly. May you read contemplatively, and let the Lord guide you. You will hear a voice saying, this is the way, walk in it.
Amen.
Don't, feel shy or intimidated. Take that step, and that could be the beginning of the rest of your life. To those who are new in the faith, Mwari vatibatsire kuti tivepo kutsigirana navo kuti vakure mukutenda kusvikira vasimba dzava nhengo dzinokokera vamwe kuna Kristu. Mwari vatikomborere, vatiitire zvakanaka. But before we go, Mr. Chirikumarara, please would you mind praying for us, and don't forget to pray for Gogo.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ngatinamate babura kumuchasa kudenga. Totenda Jehovah ngotonga dzino, we thank you for the program that we had. Tinotenda Mwari ne my listeners vose vakateerera. We even want to thank you for those that you have put into strategic positions kuti vagonzwa shoko renyu, vagosangana nemi Jehovah wangu, vaitire zvakanaka that they may be able to make a decision for you, Jehovah.
Amen.
Toda kunamata tichisa ugogo madladla mukati maoko eJehovah wangu. We know that Mwari ava munhu mukuru. Toda kutenda Mwari nechidiso chamakaisa mukati memwoyo wavo chekuti vaite evangelism in a very different manner. Mwari chatinonambata ndechekuti Mwari inomanga vaitira zvakanaka, varopafadze mukukura kwavo, bvisai zvifo zvezera zvakawanda Jehovah wangu, muvaitire zvakanaka. I wish Jehovah that these stories and many other stories can be shared on that great morning day, Jehovah, patichasangana nemi muchidzika namakore. Titire zvakanaka, mutiropafadze. Muse Jesu Kristu namata. Amen.
Jara mangwanani mbeu dzose mutsa jara masikati nemumaneru mira kupupura kuwa ye kucheka ticha faraneku unza misumbu unza misumbu ticha faraneku unza misumbu unza misumbu ticha faraneku unza misumbu jara mukujeka jara panefute usachke makore basara Jesu una basari chapera minda ichachepa ticha faraneku unza misumbu unza misumbu ticha faraneku unza misumbu unza misumbu ticha faraneku unza misumbu enda nekuchema jara kuna tenzi kana nekushaya kufata kwedu kutitaripeta acha chingamiza ticha faraneku unza misumbu unza misumbu 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 ticha faraneku unza misumbu